You've got dreams, might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions, secured against evolving threats, and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Located at 500 Broad Street, Red Bank Chevrolet is proud to be your new Bethlehem auto dealer, offering a wide variety of new cars and trucks, as well as certified used vehicles. We also welcome our Brookville, Pittsburgh, Katanning, and Oil City customers, and are committed to placing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. What are you waiting for? Stop by and see us today, or give us a call at 814-275-2410.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695.
Allegany Electric Service of St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electrical solutions for over 35 years. They offer complete design, build, installation, and maintenance of automated systems for a variety of industries. Allegany Electric designs and installs wiring and lighting for any size project, big or small. And when you find yourself in a jam, they'll get your machine or facility back up and running in no time. Call Allegany Electric Service at 814-781-1940 or visit AlleganyElectric.com.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegany Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, PA.
The Gators are looking to avoid a letdown, while the Rovers are hoping to turn this into a scary Friday the 13th for their guests. The Allegany Grill of Foxburg presents high school football on the YDL Sports Network next as Brockway hosts Port Allegany. You're watching high school sports on the YDL Sports Network. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in here to Frank Verscotti Field in Brockway as the Allegany Grill of Foxburg presents high school football on the YDL Sports Network. The Allegany Grill in Foxburg, where you come for the food and stay for the view. Come check out their new indoor-outdoor wood-frame event center. The Allegany Grill was recently voted the #1 waterfront restaurant in Pennsylvania. Find out why, AlleganyGrill.com. This is the Phil Hart's Friendly Inn pregame show. Phil Hart's Friendly Inn in Rowlett, PA wants to wish cousins Tyler Phil Hart of Port Allegany and Colton Ross of Brockway good luck and have a great performance in the Gator Marching Band, Madison Phil Hart. Tonight's stream is powered by Oil Country Crates. Your products are protection, oilcountrycrates.com. And you're on the drive to the game brought to you by Warren Tire Center. Warren Tire Center, make sure you get to the game in comfort, warrentirecenter.com. Brian Hagberg with you on the YDL Sports Network. Should be a good one here this evening as 2-1 Brockway is hosting 3-0 Port Allegany. Both teams come into this one off a win. The Rovers took down Ridgeway 27-6 a week ago. Aiden Patton threw for 287 yards and 3 touchdowns. Aiden Snowberger, and Blake Pisarczyk were both over 100 receiving yards. The Gators come in off a huge victory in District 9 last week. They beat Red Bank Valley 66-38. Aiden Bliss ran for 275 yards and 4 touchdowns. Tristan Kaiser, another 174 yards and 3 scores on the ground. Plus, he had a pick six and a kickoff return for a touchdown. Bring in my broadcast partner, Cody Elms. And Cody, I know you and I are usually on the District 10 side of things. We make a trek out into D9 territory tonight, but should be a good one between the Gators and the Rovers.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I think, I think the Gators have a slight advantage coming into this game, but it's certainly going to be a good game. And only takes a few turnovers, a few penalties going against the Gators, and you might have yourself a ball game tonight.
The last time these two teams met was actually in the District 9 playoffs a year ago in different classifications this year, so they won't get a playoff rematch. But in that matchup, Port Allegany came away with a 29-10 victory. Again, Aiden Bliss just ran wild in that game, 288 yards, carried the ball 35 times. I had the pleasure of broadcasting that game. Our good friend Kerry Hover was with me there. Bliss, again, 288 and 4 touchdowns in that playoff game. And the Gators have won 5 straight against Brockway. What do the Rovers have to do here tonight to put an end to that streak?
Well, in the 3 games that the Rovers have had, they're averaging 32 points a game. The Gators are averaging 58 points a game. I think the Rovers got to make up the difference. I mean, as simple as that sounds, that's a steep hill to climb, but they're going to have to put points on the board. They're going to have to have big plays. They have the potential to have big plays through the air. And they're going to have to strike fast and hard because the Gators have a ground game. As you referenced, Aiden Bliss, they have a ground game, and, that can just melt a clock. And if time runs out, no matter how far you can throw the ball, it doesn't matter anymore.
Well, that is one thing, though. Again, we talked about Port Allegany had that win over Red Bank last week. They did give up 419 passing yards to Braylon Wagner. And if Brockway wants to do one thing, it is throw the football. Aiden Patton has more completions than their leading rusher has carries so far through 3 games. Patton 41-75 for 864 yards, has 10 touchdowns, has thrown 4 interceptions this year. He'll have to look to avoid the turnover if Brockway is going to be able to take advantage of this passing game here tonight.
Yeah, 21 yards per pass. He's at 55% completion percentage. And what I found interesting was his top 2 wide receivers, Blake Pisarczyk and Caleb Doherty, both have 19.2 yards per catch. So he's not necessarily favoring one receiver over the other. Even though Pisarczyk has 5 touchdowns to Doherty's 2, he's spreading the ball around to those 2, and they're both big threats. And again, against that running game, they have the potential that if Port Allegany runs down the field, runs the clock down, they can strike fast.
Well, and you talk about a yards per catch average. Aiden Snowberger has 6 receptions. 4 of them have gone for touchdowns. It's 346 yards on 6 catches.
Yeah,
that is insanity.
57.7 yards per catch. Yeah, like you said, the 4 touchdowns. So they definitely have that ability to strike fast, and it'll be curious to see if they come out blazing here to start the game.
Well, and I had a chance when we went down to District 9 Media Day down in St. Mary's on the 1st of August. I had a chance to sit down with Port Allegany, some of the players, and Coach Justin Biakowski. And, I asked them, one of the things they knew they're going to have to replace the production from Niski Young, both on the offensive and defensive lines, led the team with 7.5 sacks a year ago, but also had to replace the production of Peyton Stiles, who was like that running back 2 to Aiden Bliss as the RB1, right? If you want to put it in fantasy terms.
Yes.
Which our good friend Chris Rossetti had an interesting high school fantasy football proposition on Nolf Bites on Monday. You should go check that out in case you didn't see it. Again, we've talked about Aiden Bliss. He has 63 carries, 671 yards, 11 touchdowns through 3 games. I mean, he's averaging more than 10 yards a carry. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Tristan Kaiser with 23 carries, 405 yards. Kaiser's actually averaging more per carry than Bliss is, with 17.6 yards per carry, and he has half as many touchdowns. But still, those big gains can be huge difference makers, especially when you're trying to give Bliss maybe a down or 2 to catch his breath, knowing that your RB2 can come in and not just not just not just take over for and get positive yards, but get first downs and get touchdowns.
Well, and that's, the point I was getting to with all of that is, I asked him who's going to step up now to replace some of that production that you're going to lose in the running game with graduation of Peyton Styles. And Tristan Kaiser has more than stepped up to the task so far through 3 games, not only on the ground, but, Port Allegany's not going to throw the ball a ton. He is also their leading receiver, 6 catches, 79 yards, and a pair of touchdowns. So he's doing everything that Styles did for them a year ago. That's almost been a seamless transition. It's been a big reason they've been able to just keep right on roll, pick up right where they left off a year ago, and get off to this 3-0 start.
And you mentioned the kind of the lack of air attack coming from the Gators, but when they do pass the ball, they are very efficient. 75% when Wilfing's throwing the ball, and when Phil Hart's throwing the ball, he's 80%. Phil Hart has 8. He's 8 for 10, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 14.6 yards per pass, and that even though the Rovers do have the more substantial passing attack, they're a little bit less efficient. And Patton, he has 11 rushes for negative 45 yards. So when you're trying to make those plays, sometimes the risk isn't worth the reward.
In this era, I think he would be referred to as a traditional pocket passer,
yes,
as it were.
Yes. And sometimes there's just nowhere to go and you have to take the sack.
Yeah. And again, I mentioned, Port Allegany losing Miski Young was a big contributor on their offensive line. Those guys have picked up, really have not missed a beat at all. But then on the defensive side, like I said, he led the team with 7.5 sacks a year ago. Yuso Young is well on his way to maybe equaling or surpassing that total, has 3 sacks through 3 games, only had 4.5 all of last season, and that includes their playoff games. So Yuso Young just immediately stepping in and picking up the slack for the loss of Miski Young.
Yeah, and sometimes when the spotlight gets shined on people, they tend to they shine themselves. I mean, they can step up and go to another level, and that seems to be what Young's doing this year.
And we mentioned, Port Allegany's been a little susceptible through the air. Again, gave up almost 420 passing yards, 4 touchdowns to Braylon Wagner. They did pick him off twice. And again, that is one thing. You mentioned Patton's been very efficient, has double-digit touchdowns already through 3 games, but does have those 4 interceptions. And that could be the key here tonight. If Brockway is going to come in and end this 5-game losing streak and find a way to beat the Gators, they're going to have to play clean football offensively.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of room for error or lapse in judgment. We've called a few games this year that have had a substantial amount of penalties. I don't think there's any room in that in this game, honestly, for either team. If you give Brockway the ball because of penalties, if you're punting the ball, from your own 10-yard line, and you give Brockway the ball to 50, they've got the passing attack to go right down the field in 2 plays.
Yeah, absolutely they do. And it should be a fun one tonight. I expect to see a lot of offense here in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Going to be a lot of it on the ground from Port Allegany, going to be a lot through the air from the Rovers. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. With that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with a look at our players to watch and keys to the game. It's the Phil Hart's Friendly and pregame show, Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Fran Morelli Sales and Service is a family-owned and operated used car dealership and auto repair facility that has been serving Brockway, Pennsylvania since 1976. At Fran Morelli Sales and Service, we stock a wide variety of used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. You never have to worry about buying a vehicle from us, with each of our vehicles in our inventory going through a rigorous inspection process to make sure that your vehicle is in the best condition. Call our team of experts today at 814-265-1330 and check us out at franmorelli.com.
With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Are you planning for retirement, looking for other investment opportunities? Then you want to stop by Best Wealth Management at the Corners in Shippenville. At Best Wealth Management, they'll plan, invest, and secure for you. Call Matt Best today at 814-227-2800 or visit them online today.
Security and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC. Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. And Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion is ready to tackle that hunger for you. Serving amazing food since 2008, Daddy's has been Clarion's go-to stop whenever hunger strikes. Whether it's a good old-fashioned hot dog or hamburger, a salad, or something from their rotating chef's menu. Yes, I said rotating chef's menu. Daddy has you covered. You can order ahead by calling 814-223-4687 or come on in and dine in. Have a big event you are catering? Daddy's can do that too. Like Daddy's on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion and stop in today. You won't be disappointed.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Sintered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Verischetti family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance pay off.
Creating champions is what we do at the Garage in Shippenville. The Garage is Clarion County's premier indoor hitting and pitching facility, offering one-on-one instruction to athletes of all ages. Join one of our group sessions now by contacting the Garage at 814-918-2123. And did you know the Garage is more than just about baseball and softball? We now have the True Golf Simulator where you can hone your game all year round. Like the Garage on Facebook today. A good garbage company is like a good long snapper. You don't realize you need one until you don't have one. For a great, dependable garbage service in Clarion County, nobody does it better than Larson's Garbage Service. Locally owned and active in the community for over 50 years, Larson's offers flat rates that are easy to understand with no hidden fees and no contracts. Find out more at larsongarbageservice.com. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours, Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107. And
welcome back to the Phil Hart's Friendly Inn pregame show. Again, Phil Hart's Friendly Inn in Roulette, PA wants to wish cousins Tyler Phil Hart of Port Allegany and Colton Ross of Brockway good luck and have great performance in the Gator Marching Band to Madison Phil Hart. Brian Hagberg, Cody Elms with you here on the YDL Sports Network. It is Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football getting set for Port Allegany at Brockway. And now let's take a look at our All-American Custom Apparel and Engraving players to watch. All-American Custom Apparel and Engraving can put almost anything on almost everything. Visit them online, allamericanhq.com.
Okay, Brian, the players to watch for Brockway, Blake Parsick, and I'm sorry if I'm going to butcher his name tonight. He has scored 7 touchdowns this season, 5 in the air, 2 on the ground, and I think he's going to be a vital tool for the Rovers to strike big and strike fast. On the Gators side, Aiden Bliss, as we talked earlier, is the lead back and can lead this team to victory if he continues his 10.7 yards per carry and his 3.6 touchdowns per game.
All right, those were our All-American Custom Apparel and Engraving players to watch. Again, they can put almost anything on almost everything online, allamericanhq.com. And Cody, we're about 11 and a half minutes away from the opening kickoff here. And we talked a lot about what each team needs to do to win here tonight. What do you expect to see out of this game? I know you said kind of you expect maybe Port Allegany to pull this one out, but you think Brockway is going to keep it fairly close for quite a while?
I expect it to remain close for the first half. After halftime and after adjustments, it's hard to say. I expect Brockway to be able to stay within striking distance the first half. But that running game, that kind of 1-2 attack on the ground might prove to be too much for Brockway to keep up with through the air. And like we were talking about earlier, 1 or 2 mistakes, and now you're playing down from not just a score, 2 scores, maybe 3 scores, and it might be too big of a hole. So Brockway is going to have to play a perfect game or darn close to a perfect game to stick with Port Allegany and to pull off an upset.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, with the way the Gators play offense, like, yes, Bliss and Kaiser have incredible per carry averages, but they can wear you down. They can take long drives, long sustained drives, and, take 10, 11, 12 players to get down the field. And when you're doing that by primarily running the football, you're also bleeding an awful lot of time off of that clock, and it makes it difficult. You've got to, as an opposing offense, you really have to maximize points on every possession because you just don't have enough possessions to make up for it if you don't score.
Yeah, the Rovers are looking at probably limited drives, limited series this game because of that very reason, that they may have quick, few minute drives compared to the Gators, who may take half of or 3/4 of a quarter to do to complete their drive. So yeah, they're not, if they give up a series because of a turnover or a 3-and-out or whatnot, they're essentially leaving scoring opportunities on the board, and they're gonna add up. Those are gonna mount, and they might put themselves in a position where they're unable to catch the Gators if their running game, like you said, gets rolling.
But on the flip side of that, if you can force Port Allegany into some turnovers, maybe force a fumble or two, and get short fields, like you said, to work with. Earlier in the pregame, you mentioned maybe having to force them to punt from their own 10 or something like that, where you get the ball at midfield or closer. You've really got to take advantage of those opportunities, and we've seen through the few games that we've done so far this season, a lot of teams have gotten those opportunities, but they haven't been able to take advantage of them, and it's cost them in the long run.
Yeah, exactly. And, one thing we haven't really touched on yet is if Brockway can force Port Allegany to panic. If they can force them to panic and start going to the air, although they've been efficient, they have not been efficient in large numbers. So if they can force Port Allegany to abandon their run game even partially, that gives them opportunities for turnovers. Fumbles are nice, but interceptions are easier to nab. So that's one facet. If they're able to shut down that running game or hinder that running game or keep the score close and make Port Allegany sway from what they've been doing the last 3 weeks, it might present those opportunities. And like you said, then they have to capitalize.
And with that, let's take a look now at our Allstate Insurance to David Jones Agency keys to the game. Dave Jones will always help you make the right decisions with your insurance needs. Call him today at 814-223-4000.
Well, Brian, we've talked a lot about it tonight. The Rovers' passing game has to counter the methodical run game of the Gators. Port Allegany is going to eat up a lot of clock on the ground, so when the Rovers have the ball, they need to make the most of their drives, such as big plays with Pisarcik, Doherty, and Snowberger. On the Port Allegany side, they have to counter the Rovers. The Gators need to literally run their offense. Kaiser and Bliss combined for 1,076 yards of the 1,238 that the Gators have on the ground. If they can get those two rolling, the Rovers will be fighting. The Rovers, if Port Allegany is able to get those two rolling, the Rovers will be fighting time. That was rough to get out.
That was.
Not sure why I did that to myself.
5 times fast. Those were our Allstate Insurance to David Jones Agency keys to the game. Again, give them a call today, 814-223-4000. And we'll be right back with more of the Phil Hart's Friendly Inn pregame show, Allegheny Grill at Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Tap and Pay Plus is fundraising for the 21st century. Nothing to sell, nothing to hand out, nothing to do other than shop like you normally do. Have everybody that you know download the Tap and Pay Plus fundraising app and use it to pay at any of our 300 plus national brand partners. Then watch the money roll in. Learn more at tapandpayplus.com.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Afrito Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA. You'll always score a touchdown on your mobile home and other home improvement supplies when you go to Tempa Supply and Service, located next to Showcase Homes in Rays Corners, halfway between Clarion and Shippenville. Open now, but don't miss their grand opening weekend, September 12th to the 13th. That's Tempa Supply and Service.
When most places start preparing for a long winter's nap, we start living our best life. The mountainsides burning with color ignite something inside that now is the time to embrace what's around us. Warren County, Pennsylvania really is paradise, as we are surrounded with beautiful places and smiling faces. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Find your adventure, find your peace.
At Clairview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, we are committed to our community by providing advanced medical care and services at our skilled nursing center, while also providing a setting for seniors who require minimal assistance with their daily routine at our Country Springs Personal Care Home. Our services aim to enhance self-esteem and encourage a fulfilling lifestyle. Clairview Nursing and Rehab Center and Country Springs Personal Care Home share a beautiful campus right outside of Sligo and are less than 10 minutes from the center of Clarion. Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegany Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegany River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegany River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com. As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion, give us a call at 814-223-9990, or visit JannyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
All American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving can do almost anything on almost everything. We're your one-stop shop for your custom needs. All American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving. We can do almost anything on almost everything.
And apologies there, our video feed got cut there for a second. Let's see if we can get that back up for you. Apologize for that. As the marching band has just finished the national anthem here in the Phil Hart's Friendly Inn pregame show. We are about 3 minutes away from the opening kickoff between Port Allegany and Brockway, this District 9 contest. And understand having a little signal issue here. Going to try to work on some things. So if the feed kind of cuts out for a minute, just bear with us, please.
Number 77, so young. Number 31, A. Bliss. And number 51, Carson Neely.
As captains are going to the field for the coin toss.
Number 15, Holt Ross. And 28, Blake Clark.
And again, captains at midfield for the coin toss.
Yes. I think everything like it all last. Yes, they have the video streaming now too on the Tri-County TV. They can log on to the website and actually watch the game and still hear us at the same time.
And Port Allegany will receive to start this game.
Port Allegany, toss.
And our first quarter tonight is brought to you by Generational Wealth Management. John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for your investment needs. They offer world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance projects from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. Find out more at gwm.nm.com. And again, understand the picture's a bit blurry here. Again, suddenly the signal's gone down for us, trying to work on getting that back up for you just as quickly as we can.
Seems the way the way it goes, a few minutes before kickoff. And
kick is taken deep by Bliss, gets the sideline, and is run out of bounds. Looks like about at the 39 is where Port Allegany will take over. And give is to Bliss, and he's hit in the backfield. Ben Yale on the tackle for loss for Brockway.
That's the way they want to start. It's one play, but you look for Brockway to try to keep that up all game. And look, you're not going to contain Bliss all game, but you want to try to moderately contain him.
2nd down and 12 for the Gators. Give to Kaiser. He's going to try the right side, and still nothing there. Another tackle for loss for Brockway. Raiden Kraft with the tackle for loss on 2nd down brings up a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning 3rd down and long for Port Allegany. When you get backed up on 3rd and long, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning to get you moving again. Wilfong back to pass. Has a man open and just missed. Overthrew a little bit. Attempted for Kelvin Burgess.
And Brian, that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier. Brockway was able to stuff that run 2 plays in a row, which essentially forced Port Allegany to put the ball in the air. And that's just not something they do often enough, that there's going to be opportunities there for incompletions, 3 and outs, and possibly turnovers.
So 3 and out. Kellen Vayu to punt for the Gators. Taken at the 35. And not getting much there. Maybe a couple of yards on the return for Pisarcik. And Brockway will have its first possession of the game.
Essentially, the field just flipped there. Line of scrimmage Port Allegany had was the 36 on their side. Brockway at the 37.
And again, I understand there's some signal issue with the camera feed. We're working to get that corrected as soon as possible. Patton's going to take off with it. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and looks like that's about it. We'll make it 2nd down and 10. Patton back to pass. Steps up. He's got some space now. Lots of running room for Patton. And closing quickly was Kaiser. But about a 6-yard pickup there for Patton on 2nd down. We'll make it 3rd down and 4 for the Rovers. And they're going to give it to Pisarcik out of the backfield, and he's going to have enough for the 1st down and then some. Blake Pisarcik down the sideline for Brockway.
A 25-yard run for Pisarcik.
Tionesta Builder Supply first down for the Rovers. At the Port Allegany 32. Quick pass and hit immediately. It was Caleb Doherty on the reception, but not much there for him. Empty backfield for Patton. Going to take off, keep it himself. Gets just inside the 30. Short gain there will make it a 3rd and about 7. Patton looking to throw, steps up, down the field, is incomplete.
Boy, that pass was there, too. Receiver was open, just a little bit high. Not uncatchable, but a little high, a little behind him.
Was looking for Snowberger. Makes it 4th down and 7, and Brockway going to keep the offense on the field. Patton back to pass, has time. Now under pressure, escapes. Throws, and incomplete. Again, had a receiver there, but the throw was just a little bit low, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
You got to give Patton credit there, though. You know, we talked about him being a traditional, what we would call a traditional pocket passer, but he's done well scrambling, and he got out of that, what could have been a bad situation. And was able to make a pretty decent pass. It was just a little bit low.
And again, I understand some of the video feed is blurry, working on the getting a better connection with our signal here. As Port Allegany takes over, 8:02 to go, first quarter, no score between the Gators and Rovers. Fake to Bliss. And had Kaiser open in the flat, but Wilfong just threw behind him. Second and 10 now. And what we may have to do here, folks, to fix some of this signal loss, when there's a break, timeout in the action, may have to just cut the video feed momentarily and just refresh it and bring it back up. So just bear with us if we have to do that here. Again, as soon as there's a timeout, a good break in the action, we'll try to get that taken care of. As Wilfong back to pass again, he drops the football, falls on it. But that's going to be a big loss, down to the 21. Loss of 8 on the play makes it 3rd and 18. On this Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 3rd down. 7:35 to go. Generational Wealth Management first quarter. No score. Port Allegany and Brockway.
You know, that goes to what we're saying. Port Allegany's passing the ball here, and they have a couple incompletions. That fumble on the drop back.
Throw, steps up, has a man wide open, and it is caught. And avoiding the tackle is Vayu, and he is down inside the Brockway 20. And so it's Port Allegany through the air in the early going. As Port Allegany is in the Pizza Hut red zone. Still time for you to order a fresh hot pizza online now at pizzahut.com, where no one out pizzas the Hut. 7 minutes to go. Generational Wealth Management first quarter. And on the ground, but not getting much, just a couple there for Kaiser. So far, Brockway's been up to the challenge of taking on this Port Allegany run game. Second down and 10 coming up. 6.5 to play. Generational Wealth Management first quarter. Gators looking to the sideline to get the play.
Yeah, it's been the Gators through the air. The Rovers finding a little bit more success.
Pitch to Kaiser. He avoids a tackle on the backfield, gets back maybe to the original line of scrimmage. But right now the Rovers are just all over the Gators backfield.
Which it is, mentioning forcing Port Allegany to pass the ball. That doesn't necessarily have to be a negative. If Port Allegany is able to capitalize like they did a couple plays ago, then it could be a big problem for the Rovers.
3rd and 9 now for Port Allegany. And again, as soon as there's an extended timeout in the action here, we'll try to refresh the video feed for you. Wilfong to pass, has Kaiser. And Kaiser breaks a tackle, gets down inside the 10. Close to a first down. But it looks like he's going to be just short. So 4th and 1 coming up here for Port Allegany. $5:10 to go. Generational Wealth Management first quarter. Gators knocking on the door. Wilfong going to take it himself. And looks like he's going to have enough for the Tionesta Builder Supply first down. And it is. It'll now be 1st and goal for Port Allegany at the Brockway 7. Gators look to the sideline to get the play. Wilfong in the gun, gives to Bliss off the left side. Gains a couple, maybe 3, down to the 4. Make it 2nd down and goal. So we're under 4 minutes to go. Generational Wealth Management first quarter. Pitch to Kaiser. Looking for a lane. He's not going to get it. He's wrestled down on the far side of the field. Gain of yard, maybe 2. Make it 3rd down and goal. 3 yards away now is Port Allegany as we're approaching 3 minutes to go. Generational Wealth Management first quarter. Give right up the gut. No signal yet. It looks like he's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and goal. Bliss did not get there, but he's about 6 inches away. And Port Allegany right up to the line. Last 4th down, Wilfong just kept it himself. Might see a little brotherly shove here, Cody.
Oh, I knew you'd get it in there.
And no, the give is to Bliss, and he plows his way into the end zone for the Port Allegany touchdown. 1 yard touchdown run for Aiden Bliss. And Port Allegany has a 6-0 lead. Jared Funk on to attempt. Kick is up, and it's good. So with 2:40 to go, Generational Wealth Management first quarter, Port Allegany 7, Brockway nothing. We'll be right back and try to refresh this video feed for you, Allegheny Gorilla Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
You've got dreams, might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Located at
And back here at Frank Verschetti Field in Brockway, Aiden Bliss 1-yard touchdown run has Port Allegany leading 7-0, 2:40 to go. Generational Wealth Management first quarter. It's a stitch in time kickoff, taken at the 2. Pisarczyk up the sideline and run out of bounds just shy of the 30.
First and 10, 28. Correction, 29.
And again, trying to work on the signal here. Not sure why it's so low for us at the moment. Patton in the gun. Looking. Surveys. Has a man. It's overthrown. And it'll be second down for Brockway.
Second and 10 at the 29. Patton takes it himself up the middle, gets caught up at the line, able to gain a couple. Rovers at the 30, 3rd and 9. Patton looking for an open man. Has plenty of time, able to get away from a would-be sack. Throws it deep, but out of bounds. That's the 4th incompletion for the Rovers. Unable to get that passing attack going early on in the game today. Be 4th and 9 from the 30. Brockway going to punt. Vayu with the return. He's across the 50, across the 40, the 30. Stopped at the 31. And Port Allegany is going to have good field position here at the tail end of the first quarter. Couple of defenders able to weave his way forward, get some positive yards. Up to about the 27.
And hopefully we're getting these camera issues cleared up. Again, apologize for that.
2nd and 6 on the 27. Phil Hart faked the option, then slipped. Be down around the line of scrimmage. Well, they said he lost a couple yards. 3rd and 8 from the Brockway 29.
There's 30 seconds left in the Generational Wealth Management first quarter. That's Bliss stood up right at the line on 3rd down.
And Brockway continues to pretty much halt the Port Allegany rushing attack.
And that'll be the last play of the Generational Wealth Management first quarter at the end of 1. Port Allegany 7, Brockway nothing. Allegheny Gorilla Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 814-223-9990 or visit JannyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
And back here at Frank Verschetti Field in Brockway, just about set to start the second quarter. Port Allegany 7, Brockway nothing. Getting word now for those of you having some video issues that the YouTube feed might be a little bit better than the Facebook feed right now. Again, it's something with the signal connection here, just trying to see what's going on with that. It was nice and strong when we started the pregame, and then just as we were about to get into kickoff, it dropped on us suddenly. Not sure why. They're still working on that as Phil Hart under pressure now fires, and that's going to get picked off.
Intercepted at about the 7-yard line, and those are those forced passing opportunities that Brockway is able to take advantage of.
So Brockway going to take over, trailing by 7. 9 seconds into the second quarter. And trying a little end around, breaking through some tackles is Pisarczyk. And again, folks, working on this connection issue. Understand that it's a blurry video feed and trying to get to the bottom of that. Unfortunately, everything internally is telling us it should be fine. So trying to get that corrected for you as best we can. Patton looking to throw down the sideline and overthrowing.
Just about 4 yards over his head.
He's looking for Colton Kale on the sideline.
Patton just unable to get that passing game going. 5 incompletions in a row. They do go to the air a lot, though. Got to think at some point he will get in a rhythm.
It is a 3rd down and 6. Going to try it again. And again, just overthrowing the receiver. That time was looking for Doherty. And our second quarter brought to you by Verschetti Holdings. Companies within the Verschetti Holdings Group include Phoenix Centered Metals, Superior Energy Resources, Allegheny Electric Service, and Verschetti & Son Incorporated. Find out more at VerschettiHoldings.com. So it'll be Doherty into punt. Vayu and Julian Capel back deep for Port Allegany. Bounce at midfield, and Vayu's going to take it at the 45, weaving his way through traffic, shakes a tackle, and gets into Brockway territory, but there is a penalty flag on the field. It'll be our first Bruno Arafito wrestling camp penalty.
It has been a very clean game, Brian.
The Bruno Arafito wrestling camp at Port Allegany, the best damn wrestling camp you've never heard of, June 16th through the 20th, 2025.
So far, Port Allegany with 13 carries and just 2 yards to show for it. Of course, one of those includes a 6-yard loss from Wilfing.
Holding on the return. And
Wilfong is 2 for 4 passing, 62 yards.
10:48 to go. Varskety holding second quarter as Port Allegany takes over at its own 44. That was a Daddy's in Clarion punt. Never punt on lunch or dinner. Stop in at Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion for a delicious meal every time at an affordable price. Check out their daily Chef's Choice menu on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion. It'll be Wilfong under center. Or excuse me, no, that is Phil Hart giving to Bliss right off left tackle, gain of maybe a yard. About that, Phil Hart's number 3 and Wilfong's number 8.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I was looking to double check
yeah.
Wilfong's number, and yeah, a quick glance. Sure, we'll mess those up a few times.
So it is Phil Hart in at quarterback for the Gators as Wilfong is the receiver split to the near side. And give to Bliss, and he's hit immediately as soon as he got the handoff, flying through the line of scrimmage. Carter Gualanon for the Rovers.
And I'll tell you, Brian, the way the Rovers are attacking the running backs, it's almost like they know where they're going before they ever get the ball. And if they were able to watch 3 weeks of game film, and this is about the time that teams get a good collection of game film, if they were able to watch 3 weeks of game film and figure something out, a tell or a pattern, and they're calling these plays before the ball snapped, that's going to be a big problem for the Gators until halftime where they can make adjustments.
Looking to throw, has a man wide open down the middle. It is caught.
And that was Wilfong with the throw.
And Burgess on the pass, or on the reception, for the Kerry Hopper at Katie's Margolis big play. Make the big play. Call Kerry Hopper at Katie's Margolis in Port Allegany today, 814-588-1699. Yeah, Port Allegany down to the Brockway 25 on that play. Gators looking to throw again, and Phil Hart escapes a bunch of pressure before finally getting back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain. Second and 10.
8:40 to go in the Varskety Holdings second quarter. In Port Allegany 7, Brockway nothing.
Yeah, 92 yards in the air by the Gators and just minus 1 yard for Brockway. Not really what we anticipated coming from these two offenses coming into this game.
Phil Hart looking to throw again, and this time he's going to get hit and sacked. Xavier Schwetner and Gualanon combining for the sack for Brockway. It's third down and 17. Luton's Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning, third and long, coming up for the Gators.
Gators been sacked twice so far tonight. Rovers' defensive line has just been vicious.
Setting up a little screen to Bliss, and he gets away from a tackle. Aiden Bliss picks up the first down.
And Brockway had that read. I mean, they
Absolutely.
had that, before the sticks, but Bliss is able to escape the tackler and keep this drive alive.
That was just all strength there by Aiden Bliss to pick up that Tionesta Builder Supply first down. All the way down to the Brockway 11. The Gators back in the Pizza Hut red zone. Capitalized the last time they were here with a Bliss 1-yard touchdown run. Phil Hart picks up some blockers, now finds a wide open in the back of the end zone. Burgess for the 11-yard touchdown. Though there is a flag on the play down at the 6. So we'll see what this Bruno Aerofrito Wrestling Camp penalty is. And an ineligible receiver downfield on the Gators wipes the touchdown off the board. I'll make it 1st and 15 now from the 16-yard line. So Port Allegany can get a first down here without getting into the end zone.
Yeah, so obviously we're in 4-down territory, but it doesn't eliminate, if they're able to get close to the first down, it doesn't eliminate them running the ball when they get down that close.
Under 7 minutes to play. Verschetti holding second quarter. Phil Hart looking to throw again. Trying for Burgess again, and it is broken up. That was Doherty on the pass breakup. Second and 15 coming up now for Port Allegany.
As a whole, the Gators are 4 for 8, 113 yards in the air. That one interception, kind of the only blemish of the Gators passing game so far.
Phil Hart looking to throw again. Corner is out of the reach.
Just out.
Make it 3rd and 15 now from the 16-yard line. Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning. 3rd down coming up for the Gators.
And think about this, Brian. The Brockway's playing so well up front right now against a rushing attack that the Gators, have seemingly abandoned it here on the last several plays, opting to go to the air instead.
It's 3rd and 15 coming up, 6:50 to go. Verschetti holding second quarter. Phil Hart under pressure. Escapes, throws on the run. Is it picked? Was he still in bounds? No.
There's a heads-up play by the defender, and
Doherty thought he had it, but he was just out of bounds.
And that's the thing. These guys, the Gators, are not used to having a heavy passing attack, and that goes with that is throwing on the run. If you're only throwing maybe a few times a game, you're not doing a lot of scrambling and throwing on the run. So they're kind of going into some new territory tonight.
So it'll be 4th down and 15 from the 16-yard line. And looks like Port Allegany is going to try a field goal here. They bring Funk on. So this will be a 33-yard attempt for Funk. Kick is up, and it is no good. Goes wide left, and the Rovers hold. 6:38 to go. Verschetti holding second quarter. Tonight's game also being brought to you in part by Tepa Supply and Service next to Showcase Homes in Shippenville.
Rovers will have this 1st and 10 at their own 20.
So the ball will be on the Brockway 20, and that's where the Rovers will take over. And again, Ball just working to try to determine what's going on with this signal here. We got a flag down on that pass to Doherty. And I think Brockway is going to get called for a hold here. Officials talking it over, determining where the spot of the foul was. It is a hold on Brockway on the Bruno Ayerfita Wrestling Camp penalty. So we will replay first down.
Brockway's first penalty of the night.
So first down and 17 now. Patton surveys, fires, has a man, caught escaping a tackle at the 20, still trying to get away. So gets the penalty yardage back and then some to Pisarcik. Bliss with the tackle. Second down and 3 for the Rovers. And we've got a Clearview timeout taken by Port Allegany. Allegany Gorilla Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Tap and Pay Plus is fundraising for the 21st century. Nothing to sell, nothing to hand out, nothing to do other than shop like you normally do. Have everybody that you know download the Tap and Pay Plus fundraising app and use it to pay at any of our 300 plus national brand partners. Then watch the money roll in. Learn more at tapandpayplus.com.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Ayerfita Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA.
You'll always score a touchdown on your mobile home and other home improvement supplies when you go to Tempa Supply and Service, located next to Showcase Homes in Rays Corners, halfway between Clarion and Shippenville. Open now, but don't miss their grand opening weekend, September 12th to the 13th. That's Tempa Supply and Service.
So out of that timeout, it's second down and 3. And going to be tackled for a loss. Kraft on the carry for Brockway. Loss of 1 brings up a third down and 4. And Patton going to try to keep it himself, and he's hit and stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Both these defensive fronts, both for the Gators and the Rovers tonight, have played immaculate up front. They're not letting either team really take advantage of any holes, any gaps. They're attacking the ball. I mean, hitting hard. This is what you want to see. If you're defensive coordinators on both sides, this is what you want to see.
So it'll be a fourth down and 4. Doherty to punt. It is a Daddies and Clarion punt, and the snap goes between his legs. Doherty at the goal line gets the kick away, and it is a good one. Takes a Brockway bounce, still rolling. What a recovery there by Doherty.
Doherty might want to do that running punt every time. That was his best of the night.
It's down at the Port Allegany, looks like 23.
And credit to the Brockway offensive
22.
line or special teams line there for holding and giving Doherty time to go back. Yeah. I mean, he had to go back
he has to go all the way
20
to the goal
yards,
line, yeah,
26 yards to grab that ball and then be able to get it off and get off that well of a punt.
So Port Allegany will take over, leading 7-0 here. 4:31 to go, second quarter. And a give to Bliss off left tackle. A gain of about 3 out to the, I call it 2 to the 24. He initially started walking in down to 25, but they'll call him just short. Second down and 8.
And Brockway making Bliss fight for every yard that he gets. No carry over 3 yards. His largest carry tonight's been 3 yards, and that was early on in this ball game.
And this is a guy who came into this one averaging over 200 yards a game. And they're going to throw, and it's caught by Kaiser. And Kaiser's hit out at the 29. It'll be a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning third down and 3.
Kaiser's second reception of the night. It's 2 for 14.
Under 3.5 to go. Verschetti holding second quarter. And Phil Hart down the middle of the field, just through the receiver's hands. Was looking for Wilfong. And that'll bring up a fourth down. And correct me if I'm wrong, Cody, but I think this is the first time Port Allegany will be in a punting formation.
Yes, it is.
Pisarcik back deep to receive the Vayu punt.
Very dangerous returner, but
takes a Port Allegany bounce.
Looks like you won't have an opportunity.
And then rolls back for Brockway, so it's going to be about the Brockway 39, where the Rovers will take over. Just over 3 minutes to go. Verschetti holding second quarter.
So you got 3:07 to go here in the second quarter, Brian. And if I'm Brockway, this is where I wanted to be at this point in the game. You know, obviously tied or winning would be better, but this is like the worst case scenario that you wanted, where you could still be in the game. You're down 7-0. You've essentially stopped their running game. You have the opportunity to get that offense rolling.
Patton looking to throw, and it's through the receiver's hands, and Wilfong was lining up the tackle, and if he'd have been playing the ball on that, might have been able to come away with the interception.
Yeah, and that's always dealer's choice on that, because if you play that ball and you go for that interception, it's either, it's big risk, big reward, because you miss it and that receiver gets it. There is no one between him and pay dirt.
Second down and 10. Patton surveying, now dumps it off, but behind the intended receiver was looking for Snowberger.
Patton just unable to get this passing attack going. 2 for 10, just 13 yards. And the plays are there. It's either, a little high, little low, or a drop pass. The opportunities are certainly there for Brockway to get the rhythm going.
Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, third and 10 now for Patton. Steps up, fires downfield, looking for Doherty. Just in and out of his hands, through the fingertips.
And that's rough when you're a quarterback that is trying to get something going with your offense, and you've got some guys that are dropping the ball. There's nothing more that you can really do as a quarterback. So you kind of feel helpless in that situation.
4th and 10 now from their own 40. We'll see. Looks like they're going to send Doherty back to punt. Had to recover a low snap on his last Daddies and Clarion punt. Vayu and Julian Capel back for the Gators. It'll be taken at the 20 and brought out to the 30. Capel on the 10-yard return there. So we 1st and 10 for Port Allegany. 2:39 to go. Versketty Holdings second quarter from Brockway. Gators lead the Rovers 7-0. And Aiden Bliss 1-yard touchdown run so far. The only points in this ball game. I'm going to pitch. Double pass, and Bliss didn't have anywhere to go. Runs out of time and gets dropped for a 10-yard loss. Gators tried a little trick play there, and Rovers had good coverage in the defensive backfield, and then the defensive line was able to break through.
Again, Brockway forcing Port Allegany to do things that are out of their element thus far this season. Under 2 minutes left to go in the game.
In the first half.
Or in the first half.
And under pressure, and Philhart somehow escapes. Fake still on his feet, juking all over the field, and close to a first down. And if they mark him at the 40, he's got it. Brennan Philhart making things happen, picks up the Tionesta Builder Supply first down for Port Allegany. 1:40 to play. Versketty Holdings second quarter. Gators trying to add to their lead before the half. Brockway will get the ball to start the second half.
Half being the key word there.
Yes, the half. Give it to Bliss. Going off left tackle. He stays on his feet. And there's Aiden Bliss in the clear. 60 yards for Aiden Bliss and the Gator touchdown.
And, you know, despite the Brockway defensive front doing well so far here in the first half, you knew it was inevitable that Bliss was going to break free for a big one, and this one happened to go for a touchdown.
And you said he hadn't had a carry go for more than 3 yards, and that one went for a little more than 3 yards.
Yeah, 60-yard touchdown there, so 57 yards longer than his previous long.
Funk on to attempt the extra point. And Funk's kick is up and good. With 1:11 to play in the second quarter, it is now Port Allegany 14, Brockway nothing. Allegheny Grill, Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Philhart's Friendly Inn in Rowlett, PA has good food served by friendly people at an affordable price. Come on in and have a bite to eat for us while you root on your favorite team. We're located at 97 Main Street in Rowlett, PA. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com and OleanChiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand.
And it is a stitch at time kickoff. And Pisarcik going to be upended just past the 20. And now we've got a flag down on the field. Pisarcik spiked that ball a little bit after getting hit. Let's see what the Bruno Iorfito Wrestling Camp penalty is. That was a 60-yard Port Allegany Chiropractic touchdown for Aiden Bliss. Your back always scores big when you get an adjustment from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic. PortAlleganyChiropractic.com.
Yeah, and so you have to imagine Brockway has some frustrations. Everything has went right for their defense so far in the first half, up to that Aiden Bliss touchdown, the 60-yard score that we just had. So offensively has just been struggling to even get first downs.
And it is going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty on Pisarcik for spiking the ball at the end of that return. Going to back up the Rovers to their own 10 with 1:06 to go in the Veriskety Holdings second quarter. Port Allegany leading 14-0.
So 66 seconds to go, 90 yards for Brockway.
Patton surveying, looking deep, got Doherty, and it's broken up.
That would have taken a
play there
big
by
chunk of that 90.
Liam Hauver.
Yeah, excellent defensive play. Brockway trying to cut that 90 in half, basically.
This will be 2nd and 10. 59.6 seconds to play in the first half. Again, Brockway's going to get the ball to start the second half. But the Rovers would certainly love to double dip here. Now they get Pisarcik trying to escape a tackle. He's going to be close to a first down. The ball came out at the end.
They're going to say,
he was down, and we've got a flag down on top of it. Let's see what the Bruno Iarfito wrestling camp penalty is. And it looks like this one's going to go against the Gators. It's the way they're getting ready to move the football. And it is a personal foul face mask against Port Allegany. So tack on 15 to the end of that catch and run. It's a Tie Nesta Builder Supply first down for Brockway. .4 seconds to go, second quarter. Rovers trying to cut into this 14-0 deficit. Patton over the middle is caught and hit right away was Raiden Kraft. And Brockway is going to take a Clairview Nursing timeout. Clairview Nursing and Rehab Center in Country Springs Personal Care Home just outside of Sligo at clairviewnursing.com.
Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaportallegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators!
Second down and 5. Patton looking to throw down the field. He's got Pisarcik. Pisarcik on the reception. And then some. Pisarcik is going to go.
Boy, he turned on the jets when he caught that ball.
And Pisarcik answers with a 60-yard touchdown of his own. It's a Port Allegany chiropractic touchdown for Blake Pisarcik. Doherty on to attempt the extra point. And it is good. So with 34 seconds to go in the Veriskety Holdings second quarter, it is Port Allegany 14, Brockway 7.
Tonight's ticket is worth $5,000. The winner as crosswalks. Winning number is 2, 9, 1, 2, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, 1. $500. Winner, and claim it on the press box.
So Doherty's going to kick it off. It's a stitch in time kickoff. Call us for all your custom embroidery needs. Hats, shirts, hoodies, jackets, blankets, bags, all with your company or school logo. And it's squibbed and caught immediately and fallen on. So we'll see if Port Allegany has an answer before the half. 32.9 seconds to go. Try to make it a two-score game again before the teams head to the locker room.
You know, that's just how quickly Brockway is able to strike, scoring that touchdown with 34 seconds to go. They started that drive with 66 seconds.
Well, like you said, Pisarcik just turning on the Jets. And Phil Hart's going to take a knee, so Port Allegany is going to take this 14-7 lead into the locker room. At the end of the first half, Port Allegany 14, Brockway 7, Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Fran Morelli Sales and Service is a family-owned and operated used car dealership and auto repair facility that has been serving Brockway, Pennsylvania since 1976. At Fran Morelli Sales and Service, we stock a wide variety of used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. You never have to worry about buying a vehicle from us, with each of our vehicles in our inventory going through a rigorous inspection process to make sure that your vehicle is in the best condition. Call our team of experts today at 814-265-1330 and check us out at franmorelli.com.
With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Are you planning for retirement, looking for other investment opportunities? Then you want to stop by Best Wealth Management at the Corners in Shippenville. At Best Wealth Management, they'll plan, invest, and secure for you. Call Matt Best today at 814-227-2800 or visit them online today. Security and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC.
Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. And Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion is ready to tackle that hunger for you. Serving amazing food since 2008, Daddy's has been Clarion's go-to stop whenever hunger strikes. Whether it's a good old-fashioned hot dog or hamburger, a salad, or something from their rotating chef's menu. Yes, I said rotating chef's menu. Daddy has you covered. You can order ahead by calling 814-223-4687 or come on in and dine in. Have a big event you are catering? Daddy's can do that too. Like Daddy's on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion and stop in today. You won't be disappointed.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Sintered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Verischetti family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance pay off.
Creating champions is what we do at the Garage in Shippenville. The Garage is Clarion County's premier indoor hitting and pitching facility, offering one-on-one instruction to athletes of all ages. Join one of our group sessions now by contacting the Garage at 814-918-2123. And did you know the Garage is more than just about baseball and softball? We now have the True Golf Simulator where you can hone your game all year round. Like the Garage on Facebook today. A good garbage company is like a good long snapper. You don't realize you need one until you don't have one. For a great, dependable garbage service in Clarion County, nobody does it better than Larson's Garbage Service. Locally owned and active in the community for over 50 years, Larson's offers flat rates that are easy to understand with no hidden fees and no contracts. Find out more at larsongarbageservice.com.
Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours, Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107.
Tap and Pay Plus is fundraising for the 21st century. Nothing to sell, nothing to hand out, nothing to do other than shop like you normally do. Have everybody that you know download the Tap and Pay Plus fundraising app and use it to pay at any of our 300 plus national brand partners. Then watch the money roll in. Learn more at tapandpayplus.com.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Alfredo Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA.
You'll always score a touchdown on your mobile home and other home improvement supplies when you go to Tempa Supply and Service, located next to Showcase Homes in Race Corners, halfway between Clarion and Shippenville. Open now, but don't miss their grand opening weekend, September 12th to the 13th. That's Tempa Supply and Service.
When most places start preparing for a long winter's nap, we start living our best life. The mountainsides burning with color ignite something inside. That now is the time to embrace what's around us. Warren County, Pennsylvania really is paradise, as we are surrounded with beautiful places and smiling faces. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Find your adventure, find your peace.
At Clairview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, we are committed to our community by providing advanced medical care and services at our skilled nursing center, while also providing a setting for seniors who require minimal assistance with their daily routine at our Country Springs personal care home. Our services aim to enhance self-esteem and encourage a fulfilling lifestyle. Clairview Nursing and Rehab Center and Country Springs personal care home share a beautiful campus right outside of Sligo and are less than 10 minutes from the center of Clarion. Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com. As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 814-223-9990 or visit JannyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
All American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving can do almost anything on almost everything. We're your one-stop shop for your custom needs. All American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving. We can do almost anything on almost everything.
Welcome into the Tap and Pay Plus halftime show. Tap and Pay Plus fundraising made easy. Earn more funds in less time with nothing to sell, hand out, or collect. Find out more at tapandpayplus.com. That's tap the letter N, payplus.com. Your score at the half, Port Allegany 14, Brockway 7. We'll take a look now at our Janney Montgomery Scott in Clarion halftime stats. No matter where you are in life, just starting out in your peak earning years, nearing retirement, or contemplating your legacy, we are here for you. When you work with us, it's about going beyond investing. It's about connecting your life and your finances. JamieClarion.com.
You know, Brian, I'd hope coming into this game that these two offenses would go toe for toe, but they in different ways I thought they would be. So coming into this game, we thought it was going to be a lot of running by the Gators and a lot of passing by the Rovers. It's kind of been a little bit different. It's been even. So we're looking at Aiden Bliss, leading rusher for the Gators, 10 carries, 55 yards, 2 touchdowns for Bliss. He's averaging 5.5 yards per carry. Brennan Philhart's 2 for 7, 26 yards in the air. He does have an interception. And Bliss has 1 reception for 21 yards. Tristan Kaiser, 2 receptions, 14 yards. Kellen Vallejo has 1 reception for 53 yards, and Kelvin Burgess has 1 reception for 30 yards. As a team, the Gators, 34 offensive plays, 182 total offensive yards, 118 of them in the air, 64 rushing yards as a team, and 5 plays that are 20-plus yards for Port Allegany, 6 first downs. They do have a fumble and 3 penalties for 30 yards. On the Brockway side, they have 23 offensive plays, 125 total offensive yards, 86 of them in the air, 39 on the ground, averaging about 5.4 yards per play. Actually, both teams averaging 5.4 yards per play. A few less big plays from the Rovers. They just have 1 20-plus yard play, that 60-yard touchdown pass, and 3 first downs for Brockway. They've garnered 2 sacks, 2 penalties, and 25 yards. Aiden Patton, he's got 5 carries for 11 yards. Blake Pisarczyk has 2 carries for 29 yards. Patton is 5 of 15, 86 yards. It has that touchdown pass. Pisarczyk, 3 receptions, 82 yards. And he's the one who caught that touchdown.
All right, those were our halftime stats brought to you by Janie Montgomery Scott in Clarion, online at janieclarion.com. Let's take a look now at the Hunter Station Golf Club scoring summary. Score a great round of golf at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside Tionesta, online at hunterstation.com.
Well, in the first quarter at 2:40, it was Aiden Bliss pounding the ball on 4th and goal from the half-yard line for the first points of the game. And Gerard Funk got the kick to put the Gators up 7-0. With 1:11 to go in the second quarter, Aiden Bliss again runs up the middle, breaks tackles, getting into the open field where he goes 60 yards to the distance to pay dirt to put Port up 14-0 in the first half. Aiden Patton hit Blake Pisarczyk with 34 seconds to go for his 60-yard touchdown, a pass up the middle of the field, was able to cut the lead in half with just 34 seconds left, and Darty got the kick.
All right, that was your Hunter Station Golf Club scoring summary, hunterstation.com. We'll be back with more Tap of the Pay Plus halftime show. Allegany Girl at Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Afrido Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com and OleanChiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand. Philhart's Friendly Inn in Rowlett, PA has good food served by friendly people at an affordable price. Come on in and have a bite to eat for us while you root on your favorite team. We're located at 97 Main Street in Rowlett, PA. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis. For all your retirement planning needs, contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khawver@4kmc.com.
Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaport-allegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators!
Back here in Brockway at the half, Port Allegany 14, Brockway 7. Going to take a look now at the Pizza Hut out-of-town scoreboard. Still time for you to order a fresh hot pizza now. Online at pizzahut.com, where no one out-pizzas the Hut. In other games going on across District 9, Clearfield leads Belfont 21-0 at the half. Karn City with a 36-33 lead over DuBois in the second quarter. Union AC Valley leading Kane 26-7 in the third quarter. You can catch that game right here on the YDL Sports Network. Otto Eldred all over Bucktail 40-0 at the half. Sheffield leading Coudersport 7-6 in the second quarter. Cameron County up on Smethport 22-7 at the half. In the second quarter, Kerwinsville 24, Southern Huntington 8. And at the half, St. Mary's leads Bradford 29-7. The Central Clarion at Montauk game was canceled earlier this week, and the Ridgeway at Red Bank Valley game was postponed after Ridgeway was closed schools today due to a threat. That game I saw is going to be made up on Monday night. Over in District 10, at the half, Titusville leads Conneaut 33-12. Corey all over Girard 40-0 in the second quarter. Also in the second quarter, Northwestern 13, Eisenhower 7. Harbor Creek and Fairview are tied at 14 in the fourth quarter. General McLean taking care of business on Franklin 41-0 second quarter. At the half, Greenville leads Cochranton 48-0. Also at the half, Lakeview over Maplewood 20-13. Meadville leads Oil City 28-0 in the second quarter. Farrell 39, Mercer nothing that game in the third quarter. At the half, Sharpsville's up on Reynolds 20-12. Cambridge Springs leading Sagertown 20-3 at the half. Mercyhurst Prep 20, Seneca 14 also at halftime. Sharon with a 13-7 lead over Hickory at the half. Iroquois 20, Union City nothing at the half. And also at halftime, Cathedral Prep 52, Warren 0. Tomorrow in District 10, Wilmington is at Kennedy Catholic and Slippery Rock is at Grove City. In last night's action in District 9, Punxsutawney beat Brookville 34-19, and McDowell over Erie 28-24, and Fort LaBeouf over Northeast 28-23. That is your Pizza Hut out-of-town scoreboard. PizzaHut.com, where no one out-pizzas the Hut. And Cody, let's take a look now at our Rehab Center second half adjustments. With 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning, the Rehab Center always makes the right adjustments. The Rehab Center, chiropractors caring for health. Visit them online at therehabcenters.com. That's centers the old English way with an R-E-S.
Brian, this is an easy one. Like I said before, like we talked about before this game, both these teams came in with their strong suits. Neither team has really hit the mark with those strong suits. So I think both teams need to get what they're good at going. And for Port Allegany, that's obviously their running game. Yes, they have that 60-yard run by Aiden Bliss, but that's about it. And same thing with the passing game. They have a 60-yard touchdown pass, and that's about it. So I think both teams offensively, they need to get going what brought them, as they say, what brought them to the dance. And then defensively, I think both teams keep doing what they're doing. They're both playing great defense, but offensively struggling for both the Gators and the Rovers.
All right, those are your Rehab Center second half adjustments. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Afrito Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com and OleanChiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand. Philhart's Friendly Inn in Rowlett, PA has good food served by friendly people at an affordable price. Come on in and have a bite to eat for us while you root on your favorite team. We're located at 97 Main Street in Rowlett, PA. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Carrie Hover, Financial Advisor of Cades Margolis, for all your retirement planning needs. Contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khawver@4kmc.com. Nothing goes better with watching sports than a great slice of pizza. And for over 25 years, where better to get a slice in Port Allegany than at Fox's Pizza Den. Like the Gators, Fox's Pizza works hard to serve you with a friendly staff and delicious food. Don't wait a second longer. Call now for pickup or home delivery at 814-642-2623. You can also order online at foxespizzaportallegany.com. At Fox's Pizza Den in Port Allegany, we have a large in-house dining room and a banquet area on the second floor. Stop in and see us soon. Go Gators!
Funk getting ready to kick off for Port Allegany. Snowberger and Pisarcik back deep to receive for Brockway. Will get the ball to start the Acrisure third quarter. Acrisure with a location in DuBois is the official insurance provider of the YDL Sports Network. Find out more at acrisure.com/mid-Atlantic. Taken at the 13, Snowberger weaving his way through traffic and tried to get to the sideline. But ends up going out of bounds.
Opportunity now for Brockway to drive down the field and even it up with essentially an entire half left to play. Make it a whole new ball game.
So 1st and 10 from their own 32 are the Rovers to start the Acrisure third quarter. Patton looking to throw. Steps up. Still looking, finds a man. It's Doherty with the catch.
Boy, Patton had to be close to that line of scrimmage when he threw that ball.
And it looks like maybe there's a flag down in the backfield. Can't see, there's a canopy up on the sideline there, and it's right where this flag would be if there is one. And
what are the odds?
It appears as though that is the case as the officials are coming together.
Yeah, he was about, it wasn't even a yard, maybe half a yard past the line of scrimmage from my vantage point, but I do have some obstacles.
That is going to be a Bruno Iorfito wrestling camp penalty against the Rovers, and it is an illegal forward pass. Good eye there, Cody.
Yeah, and I'm looking through a wall.
The Bruno Iorfito wrestling camp at Port Allegany, the best damn wrestling camp you've never heard of, June 16th through 20th, 2025.
Second and 15 for the Rovers.
So we'll bring up a 2nd down and 15. Patton going to just keep it himself and trying to run away, and he's held up and dropped at the 31. We'll bring up a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 3rd down and 11. At the 31 of Brockway for the Rovers. Opening possession, Acrisure third quarter. Brockway trailing 14-7 to Port Allegany. Patton surveying, pumps, hits Doherty. And Doherty's going to turn the corner and get the 1st down and then some.
Boy, when these Rovers receivers get that ball, they hit another level of speed.
And a flag comes out well after the play. Tionesta Builder Supply 1st down. And we'll see. And it looks like this one's going to go against Brockway as Pisarcik just turned around, kind of threw his hands up like, what is going on here? Well, there is a lengthy conversation going on with the officials now at the Port Allegany 45. And we'll see what the call is. And they're going to get Doherty for taunting after the play. So he does pick up the first down. It's a dead ball foul.
That's the second dead ball foul on the Rovers. Those are things they 100% cannot be doing.
So now this is the thing, and this is just a pet peeve of mine, Cody. It's going to be 1st and 10 now at the 40. To me, if that's a dead ball penalty, the line of scrimmage should be where he went out of bounds, and then you tack on the 15 on top of it. But that's just me, as that pass is complete to Snowberger, and then he's walloped at the 40-yard line by Yuso Young. Snowberger gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2nd down and 10, 10:45 to go, Acrisure, 3rd quarter.
See, the Rovers are feisty right now.
But when you going back to that penalty, if you just take back the whole, you're still getting a 1st and 10. You're just losing some yardage on it. It seems like
essentially they gained 8 yards on that play.
Patton pumps. Now he's under trouble. Throws as he's hit. Doherty's got
What
it
a
down
play.
the sideline. And Doherty stays in bounds and scores the Port Allegany chiropractic touchdown.
Another 60-yard touchdown pass for Brockway. 1 point from tying it up.
Caleb Doherty this time.
And that's that big play ability that this team has. And when they can get that passing game going, they are extremely dangerous.
Our 3rd 60-yard touchdown of the game. It's another Kerry Hover at Katie's Margolis big play. You can make the big play. Call Kerry Hover at Katie's Margolis in Port Allegany today, 814-558-1699. And Doherty going to come on to attempt the extra point. And we've got a whistle and a stoppage here. Flag is down on the near side of the field. A neutral zone infraction by the Gators on that Bruno Iorfito wrestling camp penalty. And not going to change anything here. Brockway's still going to attempt the kick to tie this up. High snap, hauled in. Doherty just gets the kick away and puts it through. So again, with 10:15 to go, Acrisure 3rd quarter, we are all tied up. Brockway 14, Port Allegany 14. We'll be back. More Allegany Gorilla Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Carrie Hover, financial advisor of Cades Margolis. For all your retirement planning needs, contact Carrie at 814-558-1699 or send him an email at khawver@4kmc.com.
With a beautiful selection and amazing customer service, A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery has quality merchandise that can have almost anything made to fit your needs. Stop by at 44 North Main Street in Port Allegany. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/A Stitch in Time Custom Embroidery, or give us a call today at 814-642-1172.
So a 60-yard Aiden Patton to Caleb Doherty touchdown pass. Doherty tacks on the extra point, and we are all tied up 14 apiece here in the Acrisure 3rd quarter.
With that touchdown, Caleb Doherty and Blake Pisarcik both have 3 receptions, both have 82 yards, both have 60-yard touchdowns.
And it'll be Doherty to kick off. And they kick it deep. Taken at the 8 by Bliss. Bliss looking for the sideline, still on his feet. Out across the 35 to the 38-yard line. That's where Port Allegany will take over. its first possession of the second half.
Yeah, and if I'm Port Allegany, I don't panic at all here. It's essentially 0-0 now. It's pretty much what it was for most of the first quarter. So I think you still try to get that run game going. You were able to get a 60-yard run, so it's there. If you can get Bliss past that defensive line of the Rovers that's been playing very well all game in the open field, I want to say he's darn near untouchable.
And this time it's going to be Wilfong just keeping himself straight run, quarterback run on that. And interesting that they go back to Wilfong at quarterback to start the second half, as it was Phil Hart for most of the first half.
And I would be curious to know what their logic is behind that. Not saying it's wrong. They're 3-0. It's working. But, do they go with Wilfong when they're going to be run heavy? Do they go with do they change out when they are going to be pass heavy?
2nd and 5. And Wilfong going to keep it himself again. Weaves his way through traffic. I'm not sure he got back to the line of scrimmage on that. Some extracurricular on the sideline on the far side. And everybody gets up and walks away. Nothing doing there. It was a loss of 2. We'll make it a 3rd down. Actually, a loss of 1 now as they reset the stick. 3rd down and 6 for Port Allegany at its own 42. So we tick under 9 minutes to go after your third quarter. And they give to Bliss this time. Bliss trying to turn the corner. He will. And gets enough for the Tionesta Builder Supply first down. And Brockway was looking for a hold there. Jake Heigl not happy with the no call. But there is no flag. It is a Tionesta Builder Supply first down for Bliss and the Gators right at midfield.
That was a good tackle there by Brockway, not trying to wrap up Bliss, who has been breaking tackles left and right, but just get underneath of them and cut them down.
And fumbled snap. Wilfong's able to pick it up and fall forward for a couple of yards. And we've seen a lot of that, even when there's a mistake, these players are able to make something positive happen out of it.
And that's a sign that both teams are very talented, very athletic, and they have a great football instincts.
7:50 to go, Acrisure third quarter. Port Allegany Brockway tied at 14. Gators now into Rovers territory at the 48. And they're going to give to Kaiser off left tackle, and not much there. Gain of 2 will make it 3rd down and 6 on this Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 3rd down.
3rd and 5 for the Gators.
You wonder if no gain or positive yards here, if this is 4-down territory for Port Allegany.
It's tough because of Brockway being able to hit those big plays. You hate to give him the ball essentially at midfield.
Give is to Kaiser. He escapes one tackle in the backfield, picks up a block, and he's going to get the Tionesta Builder Supply first down for Port Allegany.
By about a foot, Kaiser was able to get across that 40-yard line.
And how he was able to slip the tackle in the backfield to begin with. Avoided the loss on the play.
And I like what Port's doing here. They're sticking with their run game. They're finding holes. They're running a lot more outside than they were in the first half. In the first half, a lot of runs were going up the middle. They're trying to spread out this defense. And then their running backs, so skilled, so talented, are finding these holes.
Give us to Kaiser again. Again, escapes a tackle in the backfield and somehow squirts through the pile, still on his feet before getting knocked out of bounds. Again, that looked like a minimal gain at best, and Kaiser turned it into 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah, and once they can get past that first level, these running backs seem to really relish in the opportunity to break tackles against linebackers and defensive backs.
2nd down and 3. And to give to Bliss, but he's hit. He's hit right at the line, and then again somehow squirts through, and he's out for a Tynesta Builder Supply first down. This drive being built by Tynesta Builder Supply with locations in Chippenville and Tynesta, online at tynestabuilders.us. So 1st and 10 now at the Brockway 26 as we approach the halfway point of the Acrisure third quarter. And these two teams all tied up at 14. And Bliss going to fall forward for a couple.
On the stop. 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain.
Yeah, you have to wonder, even though Brockway's defensive front has played well so far, are they starting to get a little dinged up? Are they starting to get sore? Are they starting to get tired? 1-2 punch coming out of Port Allegany can do that to a defensive line.
And they give to Bliss again. And he's trying to pull tacklers, and forward progress will get him right down to the 20. I apologize, that was Kaiser on the carry, not Bliss. As the Gators are back in the Pizza Hut red zone, still time for you to order fresh hot pizza online now at pizzahut.com, where no one out-pizzas the Hut. 3rd down and 5, as we're under 5 minutes to go in the Acrisure third quarter. Again, all tied up at 14. Wilfong under center. Hard count. And now going to look back to the sideline, maybe change the play here. Give is to Kaiser and just plows his way off left tackle for about 2. We'll make it 4th and 3. We saw Port Allegany try a 30-yard field goal in the first half, went wide left.
I think you go for it here. Your running backs 2 or 3 yards per carry right now. Not big, huge gains, but they're moving forward. And if you only got a few yards to go, I think you give it to Bliss and let him.
It is 4th and 3 at the 18, and they are keeping the offense on the field. And to give us to Kaiser. Kaiser's got an opening, shakes a tackle, and Kaiser's going to be into the end zone for the Port Allegany chiropractic touchdown. So the Gators respond and retake the lead.
And that was essentially, that was over a 6-minute or 7-minute drive by the Gators. That's what we were talking about coming into this game, is their ability to eat up the clock and wear a defense down. And they were able to get in the end zone by doing so.
Funk on to attempt the extra point. He's got the kick up, and it is good. So with 3:50 to play in the Acrisure third quarter, Port Allegany 21, Brockway 14. Allegany Grill at Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
At Clearview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, we are committed to our community by providing advanced medical care and services at our skilled nursing center, while also providing a setting for seniors who require minimal assistance with their daily routine at our Country Springs Personal Care Home. Our services aim to enhance self-esteem and encourage a fulfilling lifestyle. Clearview Nursing and Rehab Center and Country Springs Personal Care Home share a beautiful campus right outside of Sligo and are less than 10 minutes from the center of Clarion.
Tristan Kaiser with an 18-yard touchdown run puts Port Allegany back in front 21-14. 3:50 to play, Acrisure third quarter. I'll let you know tonight's game also being brought to you in part by the Rehab Center in Port Allegany native Isaac Greeley. The Rehab Center has 8 locations to serve you, including in Brookville, therehabcenters.com. Funk to kick. Low line drive. It's taken at the 10. Big block, and out across the 40 is Carter Himes. So the Rovers will have good field position, and Well, they're not going to get 60 this time. The ball's at the 42 unless they have a 2-yard loss. But a couple of 60-yard touchdowns already in this game.
But that's proof, all kidding aside, that's proof that they have the ability of one play to just, bypass a long drive and just get into the end zone.
And Patton, going to keep it himself. Picks up a block downfield.
How about that for a pocket passer?
And Patton out to the Port Allegany 41. And just like that, Brockway is in Port Allegany territory.
And I can promise you, Aiden Patton running the ball is not something that Port Allegany had on their bingo
All
card.
kinds of time. He's got a man wide open and through Snowberger's hands. Just a drop there by Snowberger. Went right through his hands.
Patton, he's at 8 for 19, has 169 yards, 42 completion percentage. He's averaging 8.9 yards per pass.
.332 to go. Acrisure third quarter, 2nd and 10. And Patton gets away from some pressure and runs out of bounds. After a short gain down to the 38, so give him about 4 there. We'll bring up a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, 3rd down and 6. And Patton has time, now steps up. Looking to throw, and he's not going to get there. He's going to end up getting sacked, and he loses the football. And they're going to say it was touchdown. Or are they going to call Patton down before he lost the ball? They do big break there for the Rovers.
Absolutely. And you got to think that Patton, it looked like he was getting in position to throw the ball, and you got to think in the back of his mind where he's thinking, where's that line of scrimmage, because he was dinged for that on the previous drive.
So Doherty will go back to punt here as it's 4th down and 10. And he had his knee down when he fielded the snap. Just a mental mistake there. One on the low snap, and then with Doherty fielding the low snap with his knee on the ground. Again, in high school, much like college, if your knee is, as soon as your knee or elbow or whatever it is down, you're down. Don't need to be touched. And Port Allegany is going to take over with great field position at the Brockway 44. 2:36 to go. Acrisure third quarter. Quarterback keeper gains about 4 for Wilfong. Didn't want to say that too early until I saw his number clearly.
That's what I was looking at as well. And it's interesting because when Wilfong was in there for the first several series, the offense struggled. And then, they made the change. The offense got a little bit of success, but then Wilfong's back in. The offense seems to be rolling a little better.
2 minutes to go, Acrisure third quarter. Port Allegany leading 21-14. Looking to make it a 2-score game. They give it to Kaiser. Kaiser picks his way through the line. Picks up another block downfield, and then is run out of bounds at the 17. Gators back in the Pizza Hut red zone with 1:48 to go in the Acrisure third quarter. And just a patient run there by Kaiser, picking his way through the line until he found the opening.
And Kaiser's really just been turning it on here in the second half.
Give it to Bliss. Bliss trying to turn the corner. He breaks a tackle and gets into the end zone for the Port Allegany Chiropractic. Gators touchdown. And Funk coming on. Looks like they're missing somebody from the field goal unit, as I think that's Kaiser running off with his helmet in his hand, and Port Allegany might have to take a timeout before this extra point. No, they get somebody on. Down to 15 on the play clock.
Plenty of time.
As Funk goes on to attempt the extra point. And he gets it up, and he puts it through. 1:38 to play. Acrisure, third quarter. Port Allegany, 28. Brockway, 14. Allegany Grill of Foxburg. High school football on the YDL Sports Network.
With convenient locations in DuBois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, you don't have to travel far to get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. The orthodontists of Cole Orthodontic Associates have been crafting beautiful, healthy smiles in north central Pennsylvania since 1960. Born and raised in the area, the doctors and staff at Cole Orthodontic Associates are committed to the people of this region. Visit colesmiles.net to schedule an appointment or consultation at the location nearest you today.
Jared Funk on for the Stitch in Time kickoff. Call us for all your custom embroidery needs, hats, shirts, hoodies, jackets, blankets, bags, all with your company or school logo. Abe Bliss with his second touchdown of the game makes it 28-14 Port Allegany.
Bliss with 14 carries, 89 yards to 3 touchdowns. In the first half, he was averaging 5.5 yards per carry. Second half, 8.5.
Taken at the 10. And walloped at the 25 is Pisarcik. Holy cow, what a hit. I believe that was Gavin Moses on the tackle. My goodness, just leveled Pisarcik.
Well, and you got to think, coming into this game, it's no secret, Port Allegany would be considered the favorite coming in. And you have to think at halftime they had a discussion to get these guys on the right track.
Some might call that a come to Jesus meeting.
Yes.
Patton looking to throw, under pressure, steps up now, has some room to run, and slides down at the 35. Going to be just short of a first down. Anyway, Cody, you were talking about that halftime discussion.
Well, they look like a well-oiled machine here in the second half. Not a lot of mistakes, capitalizing on the bad touchback punt situation that Brockway had.
Second down and 1 for Patton and the Rovers. Trailing by 14 for the second time, and Doherty had to stop to haul in that pass. Now he's got some blockers as he reverses field, escapes a diving tackle, and then goes out of bounds. Looks like he'll have enough for the Tionesta Builder Supply first down. That was an awful lot of running for Doherty for not a lot of yards.
About 2 yards.
But enough for the Tionesta Builder Supply first down at the Brockway 38. 48.6 seconds to go, Acrisure third quarter. And Patton going to keep it himself. Looked like a designed run all the way. Short gain. Moses on the stop.
And I like Brockway using Patton to run the ball, but designed runs might not be best suited for him. He's not a scrambling quarterback. You at least need to make it appear as if he's going to throw the ball.
Second down and 9. And we've got a flag. Looks like this one's going to be a procedure against Brockway. So they get both Colton Kale and Pisarcik for leaving early. 18.6 seconds to go in the Acrisure third quarter. Now makes it a 2nd down and 14 for the Rovers. Patton has time, steps up, avoids a tackle, fakes, and then is brought down. And there's a penalty flag as the Brockway coaching staff came flying onto the field. Not happy at the end of that play. And you saw number 70, Yuso Young, go over and give Patton a little bro hug and a pat on the head, and no ill intent there. I mean, it might have been a bad hit, but no ill intent there by Yuso Young on Patton.
Well, you tend to get kind of tunnel vision when you're playing football.
So they're going to get Young on an unnecessary roughness penalty. So add 15 yards to the end of that run. It'll be a Tionesta Builder Supply 1st down for Brockway into Port Allegany territory at the 49. 5.7 seconds to go. And I don't think the Rovers are going to get another playoff here before the end of the 3rd quarter. They will not. At the end of 3, Port Allegany 28, Brockway 14. 4th quarter coming up here from Brockway. Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School Football on the YDL Sports Network.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com.
Are you planning for retirement, looking for other investment opportunities? Then you want to stop by Best Wealth Management at the Corners in Shippenville. At Best Wealth Management, they'll plan, invest, and secure for you. Call Matt Best today at 814-227-2800 or visit them online today. Security and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC.
First and 10, Rovers going to start 4th quarter.
4th quarter here from Brockway. Port Allegany leading Brockway 28-14. Rovers have a 1st down at the Port Allegany 49. Our 4th quarter tonight brought to you by Best Wealth Management. At Best Wealth Management, they will plan, invest, and secure for you. BestWealthMGMT.com. And it is Pisarcik tries to get to the sideline and run down there by Vayu. Short gain there of maybe 2 yards for Pisarcik. 2nd down coming up from the 48. And again, we saw Brockway fell behind 14-0 in the 2nd quarter. They were able to come back and tie it up at 14, and then Port Allegany came right back and scored twice.
Oh, absolutely. If there's a team that can come back 2 scores, it's Brockway.
2nd and 9. Patton under pressure, gets rid of it, but just throws it away out of bounds. Young and Moses applying the pressure for the Gators. We'll bring up a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning 3rd down and long. Just to reset, both teams have their full complements of timeouts as we start the Best Wealth Management 4th quarter. It's 3rd down and 9. Patton has time now underneath the Snowburger, and Snowburger's not going to get enough.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it here, Brian.
A gain of about 5. Vayu again racing over to make the stop. And again, you're down 2 scores. You're in Port Allegany territory. You almost have to go for it in this position. Patton has time. Fires looking for Doherty. It's broken up at the last minute by Kaiser. Looked like Doherty had it, and then Kaiser got the arm in there, knocked that ball away, and it is a turnover on downs.
Yeah, Kaiser was reading that pass the entire time, able to jump on it.
So Port Allegany takes over at its own 44, leading by 2 scores. Could really put this one probably out of reach here if they get another touchdown on the board.
Oh, absolutely.
Give is to Kaiser. He's hitting the backfield and dropped for a loss. There's a flag on the play. And it's a hold against the Gators. So we'll see what Jake Heigl wants to do here. If you accept this penalty or take the loss of yardage and loss of down.
I think accepting it, you're only putting them back another yard or so. It's better to.
So it's a 10-yard penalty. Brockway does accept this penalty. But here's the way I would kind of look at this is, yeah, you're going to back them up 10 yards, but now you're giving them another down to run time off this clock, and time is not your friend right now.
And that's exactly it. And this is a team that can drain the clock. I mean, they certainly have proven that in this game. So I would think limiting their downs would be essential. Get the ball back in your offense's hand.
Because the clock's winding right now, and they got a fresh 25 seconds out of that. So it's 1st and 20 now at the 34. And the give is to Bliss. Bliss turns the corner, stays on his feet. Aiden Bliss finally run down near the 20. See where they mark him down. It is right at the 20. Another big run for Aiden Bliss. That's a Kerry Hopper Arcades Margolis big play for the Gators, who are back in the Pizza Hut red zone.
Aiden Bliss now 15 carries, 145 yards. He's got 90 in the second half alone on just 5 carries.
10:20 to go. Best Wealth Management fourth quarter. Port Allegany 20 yards away from making this a 3-score game. And again, Gators milking that play clock. They give to Bliss again, picks his way through traffic. Aiden Bliss, 20 yards for the Port Allegany chiropractic touchdown. Your back always scores big when you get an adjustment from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic, portalleganychiropractic.com. 9:54 to go. Funk on for the extra point. Low snap. Wilfong picks it up. And Wilfong loses the football, and it'll be a try no good. So with 9:54 to go, the Best Wealth Management fourth quarter, Port Allegany 34, Brockway 14, Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 814-223-9990 or visit JannyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Sintered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Verischetti family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork, as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance.
All American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving can do almost anything on almost everything. We're your one-stop shop for your custom needs. All American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving. We can do almost anything on almost everything.
Are you ready for a new home? Building a new home has never been easier when you use Showcase Homes. Customize the home of your dream with our modular components and let the Showcase Homes team of experienced home builders bring your dream to life. From design to construction, the Showcase team has more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Showcase Homes is your experienced new home builders in Butler, Grove City, Slippery Rock, Clarion, and all of Western Pennsylvania. At Showcase Homes, we bring your dreams to life.
Bit of an extended time out there as Johnny Verschetti was down on the field for Brockway. They had to tend to him for a little bit. Was able to get up and walk off on his own, but a 20-yard Aiden Bliss run has Port Allegany in front of Brockway 34-14, 9:54 to play. Best Wealth Management fourth quarter. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Tempest Supply and Service next to Showcase Homes in Shippenville. Funk to kick. A little squib kick. And brought down or slid down at the 35, maybe the 34. And Brockway now going to have to look for another one of those big hitters.
Yeah,
absolutely.
get back
into this.
Yeah, I think Patton's been doing a little bit of running. At this point, they're going to have to get a big play or two, get down the field and score fast. I mean, it becomes a timing issue, something we alluded to before this game.
Score fast and find a way to stop Port Allegany.
Yes. Yeah, Aiden Bliss had 10 carries for 55 yards in the first half. He has 6 carries for 110 yards, so he doubled his yardage on just one more carry in the second half.
Patton flushed. Still looking, throws it away.
And that's a smart move by Patton. If nothing's there, throw it away, stop the clock, get reset and try again.
I think Snowberger broke a little bit late. If he'd have broke his route off and taken off down the field, Patton might have had time to try to get one to him, but he broke it off just a step late, and Patton just ran out of room on the sideline.
Absolutely, and a good passing attack is all about protection and timing, and the protection was there, but the timing wasn't.
Makes it second down and 10 now at the 35. And you can see Doherty stretching out a little bit. Or excuse me, not Doherty. That's a 19 Colton Kale. Thought that was a double one there. And we've got a whistle and a flag as Brockway is going to get hit with a Bruno Iorfito Wrestling Camp delay of game penalty. So now it'll be second down and 15 from the 30. And not the direction the Rovers want to be going.
No, and between frustration and exhaustion and desperation, you tend to mess up a little more.
Patton steps up, and then he's hit. Just did not sense the presence there, and I don't know how you don't sense the presence of Yuso Young, who picks up the sack. And Patton basically just ran himself right into that one.
Yeah, he was trying to step up into what was a collapsing pocket to make a pass down the field and walked right into Young.
So now it's a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, third down and 16. When you get backed up on third and long, call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to get you moving again. So Patton down the middle had Snowberger, but just underthrew him. We'll make it 4th and 16, and would imagine Brockway is going to punt it away here.
And I'm not sure if it's Port Allegany's defense or just wrong place, wrong time, but Pasanchik has pretty much been non-existent in the second half, and he was a key part of the first half.
Well, it looks like the timing's been just a hair off on between Patton and the receivers here in the second half, as Doherty with a booming kick drives Vayu back to the 27. He shakes a tackle, picks up a block, and that's going to get called back, as that's going to be a block in the back, I think, on Capel. And Vayu Little gimpy running off the field. 8:50 to go in the Best Wealth Management fourth quarter.
And much like Bliss, Kaiser's had a significant uptick in the second half. He went from 4 carries with just 1 yard in the first to 7 carries and 62 yards in the second.
So this Bruno Iarfito wrestling camp penalty is against the Gators. We'll back them up on the block in the back. So they'll start with this one at their own 22. And I think, Cody, this is the worst starting field position Port Allegany's had all night long.
Yeah, a lot of this game has been drives have been starting between about the 35-yard lines on each side of the field.
1st and 10 from their own 22. Gators start with a 34-14 lead. 8:50 to play. Best Wealth Management fourth quarter. Give is to Bliss, and Bliss plows into the line and drives the pile forward. Looks like about a 4-yard pickup out, or 5-yard pickup, excuse me, out to the 27. Make it 2nd down and 5. And again, Port Allegany in no hurry here, going to let this play clock wind down as far as they can get it, as it's under 10 seconds now. And the give is to Bliss. Bliss escapes into the clear. Aiden Bliss. Can he get there? He escapes. Aiden Bliss again. The Port Allegany chiropractic touchdown. This one, 74 yards. That is another Kerry Hopper at Katie's Margolis big play. Make the big play. Call Kerry Hopper at Katie's Margolis and Port Allegany today, 814-558-1699. And Bliss with another Port Allegany chiropractic touchdown. You're back. Always scores big when you get an adjustment from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic, PortAlleganyChiropractic.com.
I mean, this is a guy, Aiden Bliss, who just had 55 yards in the first half. And now he's up to 244 on the game.
He came in averaging 200, and he got there again tonight. The Funk on for the extra point. Gets the kick away this time, and it is good. 7:55 left in the Best Wealth Management fourth quarter. Port Allegany 41, Brockway 14. Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com.
A 76-yard Aiden Bliss touchdown run extends the Port Allegany lead 41-14 over Brockway. 7:55 to go. Best Wealth Management fourth quarter. And Aiden Bliss in this second half, Cody, is making his case for the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game.
Oh, absolutely. He has turned it on.
Funk kicks it deep. Fielded at the 8. Snowberger trying to get to the near sideline. He does. And then is run out of bounds at the 35.
And just for context, Brian, we were talking about this on the break. You know, in the first half, Aiden Bliss had 5.5 yards per run. In the second half, 23.6 yards per run, 13.6 for the game. I mean, that's just a significant turnaround.
Well, what was the old Sports Center-ism? You can't contain them. They contained them in the first half. But Bliss found a way here in the second half. Patton has time. Hits Pisarcik. And Pisarcik can't get away from Moses and Vayu, but he does get a solid gain on first down of 8 yards. Make it 2nd down and 2.
It's Pisarchik's first reception here in the second half.
Low snap. Patton corrals it. Surveys, hits Snowberger.
What a grab by Snowberger.
And Snowberger shakes the tackle before getting across midfield.
I think that ball was both unexpected and behind him, and he was able to pull it in.
Great athlete is Aiden Snowberger for sure. And we've got a flag down in the backfield. And I think they're going to get Yuso Young again. And they do. That's the second time Yuso Young's been hit with a 15-yarder. This time it's for roughing the passer. And just like that, Brockway's down to the Port Allegany 32. Patton steps up, and this time he's going to get brought down by Yuso Young. Short gain. It's so athletic for a big guy as Yuso Young.
Yeah, he's all over the place. And when you're a big guy like that, you know, personal fouls sound terrible, but that's a lot of guy. That's a lot of man to stop.
I can relate.
When he gets that momentum going, sometimes it's hard to stop on a dime.
2nd down and 9. Patton under pressure. Gets away, gets down the sideline and out of bounds, and he was able to outrun Carson Neely. Solid gain there on 2nd down. We'll make it 3rd down and 4. And no question here, Brockway's got to go for it. 6:20 to go. Best wealth management 4th quarter. Patton designed run, has some space, gets out for the Tionesta Builder Supply first down.
Just get that first down, reset your plays, and then take some shots at the end zone. They can still get a first down, but you got to be thinking time here. I think you at least take 1 or 2 shots to the end zone.
They're on the 21. 6 minutes to go. Patton looking. Corner of the end zone. And did he get it? Pisarchik, yes, he did. Hauled it in. 21 yards for the Brockway score.
Yeah, and if Brockway wants has any hope of getting back in this game, that touchdown at that time had to happen.
Doherty on to attempt the extra point. And Doherty's kick is good. We've got a flag at the end of this try. So we'll hang out here and see what the penalty marker is. Brockway coach is calling their players off as the officials huddle. I mean, that flag came out well after the ball was through the uprights, so I'd imagine this is a dead ball penalty that'll be assessed on the kickoff. So a personal foul after the try is going to be assessed on the kickoff here, and we're just going to stay right here because by the time they got that sorted out, both the kickoff and the kick return teams were ready. But with 5:52 to play, Best Wealth Management fourth quarter, Port Allegany 41, Brockway 21.
That touchdown puts Aiden Patton over 200 yards he's 12 for 27, 213 yards, 2 touchdowns.
It'll be Doherty to kick. Now with the penalty assessed here, do you still attempt an onside kick in this situation, or do you have to kick it deep now?
I mean, you're down by 20 points. I almost want to say you have to go with an onside kick. Because if you don't get this ball back regardless, it's with 6 minutes to go, it's going to be very difficult to come back, especially the way that Port Allegany's been running.
Bliss back very deep. Kaiser, the short man on the hands team that is on here for the Gators. And they do kind of half kick, and it goes out of bounds.
And that's probably not what you wanted to do.
Probably not what you wanted to do, but given the space, if you'd have kicked it deep, probably about where they were going to end up with it anyway.
Yeah, that penalty it created this pick your poison scenario where your best option was hoping you could recover an onside kick, or second best option was eliminating a return.
So Port Allegany takes over at their own 41. Again, 5:52 left in this one. Gators leading by 20. And certainly capable of running out the clock if they so choose. And give us to Capel. Capel weaving his way through traffic, picks up a block downfield. And Capel is into Brockway territory. That's another Kerry Hopper, Katie's Margolis big play. And it looks like Brockway is going to take a Clairview timeout. Allegany Gorilla Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
At Clairview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, we are committed to our community by providing advanced medical care and services at our skilled nursing center, while also providing a setting for seniors who require minimal assistance with their daily routine at our Country Springs Personal Care Home. Our services aim to enhance self-esteem and encourage a fulfilling lifestyle. Clairview Nursing and Rehab Center and Country Springs Personal Care Home share a beautiful campus right outside of Sligo and are less than 10 minutes from the center of Clarion.
Back here in Brockway, 5:43 to go. Best Wealth Management fourth quarter. At Best Wealth Management, they will plan, invest, and secure for you. BestWealthMGMT.com. Port Allegany 41, Brockway 21. Gators at the Rovers 37 after the Julian Capel big run. And a little reverse to Vayu. Vayu picks up a block. Still has men in front. And down inside the 10 is Kellen Vayu. And they can just hit you from so many different directions. Most of the second half, it's been Bliss. A week ago, it was a lot of Kaiser in the second half. Mm-hmm. And now you're seeing Capel and then Vayu.
Getting some of these third and fourth running backs some playing time here. You never know when one of those guys is going to have to step up and take over that RB1 or 2 role.
And again, that timeout was brought to you by Clairview Nursing and Rehab Center in Country Springs Personal Care Home just outside of Sligo, ClairviewNursing.com. And the Gators are in the Pizza Hut red zone. As Brockway's going to take, Port Allegany is going to take a Clairview timeout here. 5:33 to play in the Best Wealth Management fourth quarter. Allegany Gorilla Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Are you planning for retirement, looking for other investment opportunities? Then you want to stop by Best Wealth Management at the Corners in Shippenville. At Best Wealth Management, they'll plan, invest, and secure for you. Call Matt Best today at 814-227-2800 or visit them online today. Security and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC.
Back here in Brockway, 5:33 to go. Best Wealth Management, fourth quarter. Gators in the Pizza Hut red zone. Still time for you to order a fresh hot pizza online at pizzahut.com, where no one out-pizzas the Hut. First and goal from the 8. Give is to Kaiser, and he's going to get stuffed up right at the line of scrimmage. Kaiser's been relatively quiet here tonight after running for 174 yards and 3 touchdowns a week ago. It'll be second down and goal from the 8, as we're going to take under 5 minutes to go in this one. And to give to Kaiser again. This time he's going to go all the way for the Port Allegany chiropractic touchdown. 8 yards for Tristan Kaiser.
After just
second of the night for Kaiser.
After just gaining 1 yard in the first half. Now Kaiser sitting at 79 yards, 2 touchdowns on 13 carries.
Funk on to kick for the Gators. And that kick is blocked. With 4:44 to go in the Best Wealth Management fourth quarter. Port Allegany 47, Brockway 21. Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Are you suffering from back pain, headaches, sciatica? Did you know that a healthy nervous system leads to a healthy body? Find out more from Dr. Andrew Young at Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic. A District 9 lifer, born and raised in Clearfield and now calling Port Allegany home, Dr. Young has over 20 years of experience. And Port Allegany Chiropractic and Olean Family Chiropractic have a mission to provide their patients the best results in the shortest time, whatever their health goals are. Find out more at PortAlleganyChiropractic.com and OleanChiropractic.com. Chiropractic care and good health go hand in hand.
An 8-yard Tristan Kaiser run has Port Allegany in front of Brockway, 47-21, 4:44 to go. Best Wealth Management fourth quarter. It's Cody, you kind of called it. Brockway kept it close through the first half, tied it here early third quarter, and then from that point, it's been basically all Port Allegany.
Yeah, trying to keep up with a tough pair of running backs it's hard on a defense. And even the best defenses get worn down.
Kick taken at the 10. Pisarcik gets out to the 30.
And when you're dealing with running backs like Bliss and Kaiser, I mean, it just takes one mistake, one miss up, one missed tackle, whatever it is, and they're able to bust loose for 20, 30, 40, or as we've seen, 60-plus yards. Mm-hmm. And I just think that, and as a defender, that gets defeating over time.
Brockway takes over at its own 31. 4:39 left in this one. And Patton with some time. Now he rolls. Little dump off is caught. And going down to the 40 or 35 is Cole Sr. 4-yard pickup makes it second down and 6. And keeps the clock running as we're approaching 4 minutes to go. Patton looking, steps up, dumps it off, and behind Senior that time. We'll bring up a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, third down and 6. And he gets one of the Port Allegany defensive linemen to jump on the hard count. That looks like that was number 76, Ethan Tarbox. We'll make it a 3rd down and 1 from the 40.
Port Allegany with 85 yards in penalties. Brockway with 80. A lot of those coming here in the second half.
3rd and 1 as we're approaching 3.5 minutes to go. And not sure where that play was going. They tried to get the Snowberger, and they were going to get a flag late.
Yeah, it wasn't. He pushed him out of bounds and then rolled. Yeah.
It looked like maybe there was a second flag. I don't know if that was for the same action or something else happened at the end of that play. But there are 2 flags down on the field on the far side. I would think at least one of them is going to be an unnecessary roughness for a late hit out of bounds. So they're going to get Vayu on the late hit out of bounds. And that will give Brockway a Ty-Nesta Builder Supply 1st down at their own 47. 3:32 to play in this one. Send Snowberger in motion, fake it to him, throw it out to Doherty. And Wilfong grabs him by the ankle and limits that to no gain. Good open field tackle there by Wilfong on Doherty. Second down and 10, and Port Allegany 3 minutes away from its 6th straight win over Brockway. Batten has time, all kinds of time, steps up, throws over the middle for Doherty. It's tipped and nearly intercepted. Not sure Doherty was quite ready for that one. I think he thought Patton was just going to keep it, and then all of a sudden that ball was on his chest.
Yeah, and outside of a few big pass plays and some dump-offs, they really have not been able to get a rhythm going all game.
So now it is 3rd and 10. Patton flushed, Young in pursuit. Patton steps up, and it is caught by Senior, and he's going to escape and get a Ty-Nesta Builder Supply 1st down. Figure that one out. Gets a Brockway 1st down. 2.5 minutes to go.
That'll only get confusing when he's a senior.
Yeah.
Cole Senior, the senior.
And Brockway not in any big hurry here. I mean, obviously this is a 26-point game with 2 minutes to go. Patton has some time. And he's just going to throw this one away as everybody was covered downfield.
Yeah, and I don't think Brockway needs to be in a hurry. Obviously, the game's out of reach. And also, every time that Port Allegany has gotten the ball this second half, they have made significant strides on offense running the ball. So even if Port were going to come out and try to run the clock off, they've been able to march right down the field.
Second and 10, 2:04 left in this one. Patton steps up, fakes, rolls back, goes out to his left, and now he's going to keep it. And does not want to be taken down, fights his way out of bounds. right near the 35. Third down and 4 coming up for Brockway. Patton stepping up, surveying, dumps it off for Snowberger, and Snowberger is going to be hit and stopped by Wilfong. Will bring up a 4th down with a minute to go. Fourth and 2 and 20 seconds left on the game clock.
You got to wonder here in these final seconds if they're just going to take a couple shots at the end zone.
Well, you got to pick up the first down here if you don't score. And Patton steps up. He's got the first down if he runs it. Stops and throws, and it's incomplete. And Port Allegany will take over on downs. There's a player down, and he was pointing at that calf going, I need a stretch.
Yeah, Ethan Tarbox went over there and immediately started playing athletic trainer.
So that will Port Allegany is just going to need to take a knee here if they can get this. Can't see who that player is that's down with the cramp, but as soon as he can get off the field, the Gators are going to take a knee and call it a day here. 47-21.
And a completely different game in the second half than what we saw in the first.
And it looks like it's Yuso Young, the one who's cramping up.
Well, it's no wonder he's been all over the field as a defender.
Mm-hmm. And a big part of that offensive line that's just ground this game out for the Gators as they're going to move to 4-0.
Yeah, and it's worn down as the defensive line gets. You got to give credit to the Gators offensive line for stepping up and holding blocks maybe just a half a second longer, giving their running backs an opportunity to make a play past the defensive line, get to those linebackers and defensive backs where they're able to put some moves on them.
And so Young makes his way to the sideline, and Port Allegany again with 25 and a half seconds left. Going to be able to take a knee here and go home with victory number 4 on the season. And these Gators right now are just rolling. Had a bit of a struggle here in the first half, but Aiden Bliss in the second half just took over for Port Allegany offensively. And once he did that, Gators were able to roll to victory here. Your final, Port Allegany 47, Brockway 21. We'll be back with the Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany post-game show, Allegany Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
You've got dreams, might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Located at 500 Broad Street, Red Bank Chevrolet is proud to be your new Bethlehem auto dealer, offering a wide variety of new cars and trucks, as well as certified used vehicles. We also welcome our Brookville, Pittsburgh, Katanning, and Oil City customers, and are committed to placing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. What are you waiting for? Stop by and see us today or give us a call at 814-275-2410.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695.
Allegany Electric Service of St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electrical solutions for over 35 years. They offer complete design, build, installation, and maintenance of automated systems for a variety of industries. Allegany Electric designs and installs wiring and lighting for any size project, big or small. And when you find yourself in a jam, they'll get your machine or facility back up and running in no time. Call Allegany Electric Service at 814-781-1940 or visit AlleganyElectric.com.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegany River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegany Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegany Grill in Foxburg, PA.
This is the Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany post-game show. Have a great post-game meal at Fox's Pizza in Port Allegany. Your final here from Brockway, the Gators 47, Brockway 21. Let's take a look at our Janie Montgomery Scott and Clarion final game stats. No matter where you are in life, just starting out in your peak earning years, nearing retirement, or contemplating your legacy, we are here for you. When you work with us, it's about going beyond investing. It's about connecting your life and your finances. JanieClarion.com.
Okay, Brian, let's start with Brockway here. Aiden Patton, 15 of 34, 233 yards. He had 3 touchdowns, 6.9 yards per pass. He was the offensive highlight for the Rovers. He had 17 carries, 57 yards on the ground. A lot of that scrambling and running around certainly helped Brockway keep their hopes alive. On the receiving end, it was Blake Pisarchik. He had 5 receptions for 111 yards. He had 2 of those touchdowns. Caleb Daughtry had 3 receptions for 82 yards, and he had a touchdown as well. Both of those receivers averaging over 20 yards per reception. As a team, the Rovers had 59 offensive plays, 296 yards of offense, 233, as I said, in the air, 63 total rushing yards. They averaged about 5 yards per carry. And 12 first downs, had a fumble, did get a couple of sacks. They had 8 penalties for 80 yards. On the winners' side, on the Gators' side, they had 58 offensive plays for 511 total yards, 118 through the air, 393 on the ground. Offensively, they averaged 8.8 yards per play. They had 17 first downs, couple fumbles, 9 penalties for 100 yards. Individually, it was Aiden Bliss with 18 carries, 244 yards, 5 touchdowns, averaged 13.6 yards per carry. And like we said, that was after starting the game, averaging 5.5 yards at the half. Tristan Kaiser had 13 carries for 79 yards, and he had a couple of touchdowns as well. And Julian Capel had 1 carry for 24 yards. Kellen Vallejo had 1 carry for 29 yards. Nick Wilfong went 3 of 5 for 92 yards in the air. And Phil Hart went 2 of 7 for 26 yards in the air. Aiden Bliss had 1 reception for 21 yards. And I think I think we know who won this game for Port Allegany.
Those were your Janie Montgomery Scott and Clarion final game stats. Now let's take a look at the Hunter Station Golf Club scoring summary. Score a great round of golf at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside Tionesta, online at hunterstation.com.
So late in the first quarter with 2:40 left to go, Aiden Bliss pounds in the fourth and goal from the half-yard line for the first points of the game. Jared Funk got the kick to go up 7-0. With 1:11 to go in the second quarter, Aiden Bliss again runs up the middle, breaking tackles to get into open field, where he goes for the 60-yard touchdown to put Port Allegany up 14-0. At 34 seconds, it was Aiden Patton hitting Blake Pisarcik for the 60-yard pass in the middle of the field to cut the lead in half. And Daughtry got the kick there. It was 14-7 at the half. 10-15 into the third quarter, Aiden Patton hit Caleb Daughtry for another 60-yard pass to tie the game at 14 after Daughtry got the kick. With 3:50 to go in the third, the Gators drive down the field 62 yards as Tristan Kaiser caps it off with an 18-yard touchdown run, and Funk got that kick. And then just a couple of minutes later, it was Aiden Bliss with the 17-yard touchdown run to put the Gators up by 2 scores. In the fourth quarter at 9:54, Aiden Bliss, after a 56-yard carry of his own, put the Gators at the Brockway 20. He takes it on the very next play, 20 more yards to get into the end zone and go up 34-14. There was a botched snap on the kick there, so that failed. With 7:55 to go, Aiden Bliss outruns the Rovers again for a 76-yard score. Funk got the kick there. With 5:52 to go, down 41-14. Aiden Patton hit Blake Pisarcik for the 21-yard score in the back corner of the end zone. Daughtry got the kick, and now it's 41-21. And with 4:44 left to go, down 41-21, Tristan Kaiser got the 8-yard score to win the game, 47-21.
Those were your Hunter Station, or that was your Hunter Station Golf Club scoring summary, hunterstation.com. Now let's take a look at the Pizza Hut out of town scoreboard at pizzahut.com. No one out pizzas the Hut. One game that we don't have a final yet in the fourth quarter, Coudersport 26, Sheffield 13. The rest of these have all gone final. Clearfield 28, Bellefonte 14. DuBois 46, Carn City 43. Comeback win for the Beavers there. Union AC Valley 33, Kane 14. Otto Eldred 48, Bucktail 22. Cameron County 29, Smethport 7, Curwensville 52, Southern Huntington 20, and St. Mary's 50, Bradford 22. Central Clarion at Montauk was canceled, and Ridgeway at Red Bank Valley was postponed until Monday. Over in District 10, all of these games have gone final. Titusville over Connie at 46-19. Corey beats Girard 52-18. Northwestern with a win over Eisenhower 32-14. Fairview tops Harbor Creek 23-14. General McLean blanks Franklin 62-0. Greenville with the same score over Cochranton 62-0. Lakeview beats Maplewood 28-13. Meadville over Oil City 42-6. Farrell shuts out Mercer 58-0. Sharpsville beats Reynolds 34-12. Cambridge Springs over Sagertown 36-3. Mercyhurst Prep gets its first win of the season 35-21 over Seneca. Sharon tops Hickory 20-14. Big win for the Tigers there. Cathedral Prep all over Warren 52-7. And Iroquois blanks Union City 40-0. Tomorrow in District 10, Wilmington's at Kennedy Catholic and Slippery Rock is at Grove City. From last night in District 9, Punxsutawney beats Brookville 34-19. And over in District 10, it was McDowell over Erie 28-24 and Fort LaBeouf over Northeast 28-23. That was a look at your Pizza Hut out of town scoreboard. I know we've had signal issues all night long and apologize for that. Tried to get that fixed for you, just could not determine what the issue was. And normally we would have our Allegany Girl of Foxburg player of the game and do our Cole Orthodontic Associates player interview all here on the broadcast. We're going to go down and record that for you. That'll be up on the YDL Sports Network YouTube page here in just a little bit later this evening, and will be embedded in our recap of this game later on tonight. And no surprise, Cody, our Allegany Girl of Foxburg player of the game, Port Allegany's Aiden Bliss.
Oh, absolutely. The way that he was able to turn it on there in the second half and completely change the dynamic of this game, and had a massive effect on the outcome.
All right, that'll do it for us here from Brockway. Again, your final, Port Allegany 47, Brockway 21. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, apologize for the video issues that we had throughout the evening and appreciate you sticking with us. Stay with us on the YDL Sports Network all season long. Game broadcasts, scores, recaps, interviews, and more. The YDL Sports Network at D9 and 10sports.com. For Cody Elms, this is Brian Hagler saying thanks so much for watching and good night.